The email pinged at 9:17 a.m. on a Wednesday that smelled like burnt espresso and printer toner. Subject: Austin DevCon 2026. Final itinerary. Priya Malhotra, 29, senior back-end engineer at Helix Wave. Clicked it open while pretending to debug a memory leak. My cursor hovered over the attachment, then froze. Same flight. Ausgive C. Same hotel, the Meridian. Same room, 1812, and right beneath my name. In bold 11-point Calibri, asterisk, asterisk Alejandro. Alex Rivera, asterisk, asterisk. Lead front-end architect. I exhaled through my teeth. 2 years of stand-up meetings, paired programming, Slack memes at 2 a.m., and one single catastrophic truth I'd encrypted behind layers of sarcasm and chai. I was in love with Alex. Hopelessly. The kind of love that rewrote your autocomplete suggestions and turned every good catch into a private sonnet. Alex was chaos in human form, tattooed forearms, curls that defied gravity, a laugh like a vinyl crackle. He could sketch a component tree on a napkin and make stakeholders cry with delight. I built the invisible scaffolding that kept his wild ideas from collapsing. We were the perfect binary star system, orbiting without ever colliding. Because Alex was straight. Or at least that's what the office rumor mill churned out between foosball tournaments. He dated a barista named Leela for 3 months, then a sound engineer named Juno for 2. Never serious. Never men. Never me. I'd grown up in a house where love was a spreadsheet. Good Tamil boy. IIT pedigree? Arranged marriage by 30. 2 kids by 35. My parents still sent me biodatas with photos of men who looked like they'd never laughed at a meme. I'd come out to my older sister in a Target parking lot at 2 a.m., whispering it like contraband. She'd hugged me and said, "Amma will survive." Eventually. But surviving and thriving were different continents, so I kept the secret zipped, safe, untouchable. Roomies. Alex appeared at my cubicle like a pop-up ad, leaning over the partition with that crooked grin. His Colin cider and something citrus invaded my airspace. "Hope you don't snore," I pulsed at a drum solo. "Only when I'm dreaming about race conditions." He laughed, the sound ricocheting off the acoustic panels. "Flight's at 6:45. I'll grab us breakfast burritos." "Extra green sauce?" He remembered. Of course he did. Austin Bergstrom at dawn smelled like jet fuel and possibility. We boarded, stowed our carry-ons, and spent the flight hunched over laptops. Alex's knee brushed mine every time the plane hit turbulence. I pretended to care about WebSocket latency. "Check this," he said, tilting his screen. A sleek dashboard mock-up, all gradients and micro-interactions. "Your API endpoints are going to look sexy under this," I swallowed. "Sexy is a design choice." He smirked. "You love it." I loved him. But I nodded at the screen. Seattle welcomed us with drizzle and the scent of wet pine. The Meridian was all glass and reclaimed wood, the lobby humming with badge-wearing devs. The clerk name tag. Jordan handed over 2 key cards with a practiced smile. Room 1812. King bed. Enjoy the conference. Alex's eyebrows performed gymnastics. King singular. Jordan winced. "Sorry, we're overbooked. PyCon, MedTech Expo, and a wedding with 300 guests." "We can offer a rollaway, but no rollaways," Alex said quickly. "We're adults. We'll manage." Manage, right? The room was obscene, floor-to-ceiling windows framing the sound. A velvet chaise longue that looked like it moonlighted in music videos. And one bed the size of a small principality. White duvet, too many pillows. A headboard that probably cost more than my rent. "I'll take the chaise," Alex offered, already toeing off his sneakers. "You're 6'2"? "You'll wake up with a spinal injury and sue me," he considered. "We could build a pillow wall, like the Berlin Wall, but fluffier." I laughed despite myself. Cold War sleeping arrangements. Very on brand for devs. We ordered room service truffle fries and miso glazed salmon because the menu read like a TED. Talk and ran the presentation for the 100th time. Alex paced in socks, gesturing at invisible screens. I watched the way his t-shirt, clung to his shoulders when he reached for the ceiling to illustrate a swipe gesture. By midnight, the fries were gone, the slides were perfect, and the bed loomed like a final boss. I changed in the bathroom, emerging in an oversized Rice University hoodie and flannel pajama pants printed with tiny tacos. Alex was already under the covers, propped against the headboard, scrolling TikTok with the volume off. He'd swapped his jeans for soft gray sweatpants that should have been illegal. "Left side's yours," he said. "I steal blankets, fair warning." I slid in, maintaining a respectful DMZ of mattress. The sheets were cool, hotel starch crisp. He killed the lights. Darkness, the hum of the mini-fridge. My heartbeat, loud enough to wake sea lions. 10 minutes. 20. I counted ceiling tiles in my head, Priya, his voice low in the dark. "You awake?" "Barely." Silence. "Then, can I ask you something kind of personal?" My stomach flipped. "Shoot. You ever date anyone? Like, seriously? I've known you 2 years, and you're this fortress. No stories, no exes, nothing." I stared at the ceiling, tracing the glow of the city through the curtains. "I date just. Quietly. Quietly how?" "Like ninja-level quietly." He laughed softly. "Come on, there's gotta be someone." He stopped. I turned my head. Even in the dim, I could see the outline of his profile. "I'm what?" "Nothing." "Forget it." "No, finish the sentence, coward." He exhaled. "You're incredible, okay? Smart as hell, funny in that dry way that sneaks up on you," and he gestured vaguely, as if the rest was too big for words. I just figured someone would have locked that down by now. My throat closed. "Maybe I'm picky. Or maybe you're scared." The air shifted, charged like the moment before a deploy. I swallowed. "Maybe." More silence. Then the mattress dipped as he rolled to face me. "I'm gonna say something, and if it's weird, we blame the jet lag and never speak of it again. Okay. I've never told anyone this." His voice cracked on the edges. "Not my sister, not my therapist, nobody. But when I was 19, I kissed my roommate. At UT, his name was Mateo. We were drunk on cheap tequila and studying for midterms, and it just happened, and it wasn't weird. It was," he laughed, shaky. "It was good. Really good. But then morning came, and he pretended it never happened, and I let him. Because I was terrified of what it meant. I couldn't breathe. I've dated women since," he continued, words tumbling now. "And it's fine. They're great. But it's like eating plain toast when you know there's biryani in the fridge. You keep choosing toast because it's safe. And I'm tired of toast, Priya." Psst. The room spun. "Alex, I know you're private. I know this is a lot. But sharing a bed with you, God, sounds insane. But it's the first time in years I haven't wanted to build a wall down the middle. I keep thinking about what you said in Austin, about race conditions. How sometimes two threads try to access the same resource and everything deadlocks unless you synchronize properly." I laughed, wet and stunned. "You're using mutex metaphors for feelings?" "Shut up, it's romantic." He reached across the gulf between us, fingers brushing my wrist. "I don't want a deadlock anymore." A hand turned, palm up an invitation. His fingers laced through mine, warm and calloused from guitar strings. "I'm gay," I whispered. The words tasted like freedom and terror. Or by, I don't know, the label, "I just know it's you. It's been you for 2 years. I thought you were straight and I was..." My voice cracked. "I was toast, girl." He shifted closer, the mattress sighing. "I'm not straight. I'm Alex, and I'm stupidly, ridiculously into you. Have been since you roasted my color palette in that Sprint Retro and called hashtag FF6B6B, Pepto-Bismol's midlife crisis." I laughed through tears. "You remember that?" "I remember everything." The space between us collapsed. His forehead rested against mine, breath warm on my lips. "Can I, yes?" The kiss was soft at first, tentative like testing a live wire. Then deeper, hungrier. 2 years of unsent Slack messages, of almosts and what-ifs, poured into the slide of lips and the clutch of fingers. He tasted like truffle oil and possibility. We broke apart, gasping. Pillow wall. He murmured against my mouth. Demolish it. Morning came and watercolor light through the curtains. I woke tangled in sheets and Alex's arm heavy across my waist, my leg hooked over his. The city hummed beyond the glass. He stirred, nose nuzzling my neck. Morning, ninja. Morning, toast boy. We missed the continental breakfast and the 9 a.m. keynote, but we made the 11 a.m. slot. Hair still damp from the shower we definitely conserved water in. Our presentation. The verdict CTO cried happy tears. Helix Wave landed the contract. On the flight home, Alex held my hand over the armrest, thumb tracing my knuckles. I posted a photo on my private Instagram, our reflection in the airplane window. Heads tilted together, Seattle shrinking below. Caption, * race condition resolved. No deadlocks, *, my sister replied with a string of eggplant emojis and a voice note. Finally, Emma's going to need a stronger heart medication. 3 months later, we moved into a loft in East Austin. Exposed brick, 2 desks facing each other, a bed big enough for pillow forts and late-night debugging sessions. I came out to my parents over video call, Axe's hand steady on my knee under the table. My mother cried. My father asked if Alex could fix his Wi-Fi. Progress. Some nights we still build a pillow wall, just to knock it down again. And every time the universe conspires to put us in impossible situations like a booking or a red-eye flight or a single king bed in a city we've never seen, I remember, sometimes the bug isn't in the code. It's in the walls Error or a red-eye flight or single king bed in a city we've never seen, I remember. Sometimes the bug isn't in the code. It's in the walls we build around our own hearts. Deadlock resolved. Synchronization achieved. Love deployed. The rain in Vancouver never seemed to let up, a relentless gray curtain that blurred the line between sky and sea. Alex stared out the window of the boutique hotel, the city lights smearing across the glass like watercolor. 1 room, 1 bed. The conference booking mix-up had felt like a cosmic joke at first, till Jordan walked in, rolling his suitcase with that easy grin that always made Alex's stomach flip. They'd been colleagues for 3 years at Cascade Designs in Portland. Alex handled the code. Jordan shaped the vision. They were the firm's golden duo, the ones executives flew across the continent to hear. But tonight, in this room, with its single king bed and floor-to-ceiling view of English Bay, the professional veneer felt paper-thin. Guess we're bunking like summer camp, Jordan said, tossing his jacket over a chair. His voice carried that low. Teasing note Alex had cataloged in secret every late-night debug session, every post-pitch beer. You take the left. I hog blankets. Alex forced a laugh. I'll survive. They changed in the bathroom, one after the other, emerging in t-shirts and sweatpants like nothing was strange. The bed loomed between them, crisp white sheets turned down like an accusation. Alex climbed in first, pressing to the edge, the mattress dipping under Jordan's weight as he followed suit. Darkness swallowed the room. The hum of the city filtered through the glass, distant and indifferent. So, Jordan set into the quiet, no one waiting back home. Alex's pulse stuttered. He could lie. Should lie. No one serious? Ever. The question hung, soft but pointed. Alex swallowed. A little. Nothing that stuck. Why not? Alex stared at the ceiling, shadows shifting with each passing car. My family's. Traditional. Arranged futures, the whole script. I've never been good at rewriting their lines. Jordan was quiet so long Alex thought he'd fallen asleep. Then that's a heavy script to carry. What about you? Alex asked, deflecting. You don't strike me as the white picket fence type. Jordan huffed a laugh that didn't quite land. Haven't found the right person. Or maybe I have and the timing's garbage. Alex turned his head. In the dim glow from the alarm clock, Jordan's profile was sharp, strong jaw. The faint scar through his left eyebrow from a college biking accident. Who is it? Forget I said anything. Jordan rolled onto his side, facing away. Night, Alex. But sleep wouldn't come. Alex lay awake, replaying the conversation, the almost confession. Jordan's breathing evened out, slow and deep. Hours later, exhaustion dragged Alex under. He woke to warmth. Too much warmth. Jordan's arm was slung across his chest, fingers curled loosely into Alex's shirt. Their legs tangled, Jordan's knee wedged between his. Alex's own arm had betrayed him, wrapped around Jordan's back like it belonged there. Jordan's head rested in the hollow of Alex's shoulder, breath warm against his collarbone. Alex froze. Every nerve ending screamed. He should move. Should extract himself before Jordan stirred. A soft sound, half sigh, half mumble. His grip tightened. "Stay," he murmured, still asleep. Alex's heart slammed against his ribs. He held his breath as Jordan surfaced, body going rigid. The instant awareness hit. For a long moment, neither moved. Then Jordan lifted his head, eyes bleary but open, inches away. "Sorry," he whispered. "I didn't mean it's okay," Alex managed. "We were asleep." "Yeah." Jordan's gaze dropped to Alex's mouth, lingered. "It happens." As the air thickened, charged. Alex felt the pull like gravity. 1 inch, maybe 2, and his phone alarm shrieked. They sprang apart, the spell shattered. "Presentation," Alex said, silencing it with shaking fingers. "Right." Arden rubbed a hand over his face. "Big day." Dressed in stiff silence licks and charcoal. Jordan in navy, moving around each other like magnets repelling. The conference center was a sleek maze of glass and steel, humming with caffeine and ambition. Their slot was 2 p.m. They found a corner table, laptops open, rehearsing slides. Jordan was all business. Laser-focused. "You good on the latency demo?" "Born ready," Alex lied. Jordan's smile flickered. "About this morning? Let's just nail this," Alex cut in. Something crossed Jordan's face hurt. Maybe? Then it was gone. "Yeah, let's..." On stage, the awkwardness evaporated. They were electric. Alex spun code into poetry. Jordan painted futures in broad, bold strokes. They bantered, anticipated, dazzled. The room leaned in. When the final slide faded, applause crashed like waves. Backstage, Jordan grabbed Alex's sleeve, eyes alight. "We fucking crushed it." "We did." Adrenaline buzzed under Alex's skin. "Drinks tonight," Jordan declared. "Rooftop at the Sylvia. No excuses." Alex couldn't say no. Didn't want to. The bar was all amber light and velvet shadows, the city sprawling below like spilled jewels. Jordan had changed into dark jeans and a black Henley that clung to his shoulders. Alex wore his best shirt, the one his sister said made his eyes look less haunted programmer. They claimed a corner table. Ordered whiskey neat, to not screwing it up.
Oh.
Jordan toasted. To not needing a do-over, Alex countered. Laughter loosened them. They dissected the presentation, the exec's reactions, the competitor who'd fumbled their demo, but the second round of drinks shifted the tide. "Can I say something?" Jordan asked, voice low. "This morning, waking up like that, I didn't hate it." Alex's glass paused halfway to his lips. "I didn't either." Jordan traced the rim of his tumbler. Felt. Right. Which is insane, right? "Tell me I'm insane, you're not." The words scraped out. "I've wanted that for longer than I should admit." Jordan's eyes snapped up. "How long?" "Since the Portland hackathon. You handed me that terrible coffee and said my code was elegant. I was gone." Jordan exhaled, shaky. "I'm by Alex. Figured it out last year. And you were the catalyst. Every late night, every stupid joke you cracked me open. But you never looked at me like that, so I locked it down." Alex's world tilted. "I thought you were straight. And I'm not out. Not really. My parents, I know." Jordan reached across, hand covering Alex's. The touch burned. "I don't care about them. I care about this. About us." Alex stared at their joined hands. "What are we doing?" "What we should have done a year ago." Jordan stood, pulling Alex up. "Dance with me. There's no music. There's always music." Jordan guided him to the small clearing by the windows. No one glanced twice. His hand settled at Alex's waist. Alex's found Jordan's shoulders. They swayed, city lights strobing across their faces. Jordan's forehead rested against his. "I'm tired of pretending." "Me too." The kiss started slow testing, reverent. Then Jordan angled his head, deepened it, and Alex forgot the bar, the city, the years of restraint. When they broke apart, foreheads still touching, Jordan whispered, "Come back to the room." They left half-finished drinks, hands linked in the elevator. The door clicked shut behind them, and Jordan pressed Alex against it, kissing him like oxygen. Clothes hit the floor in a trail to the bed, later tangled in sheets. City glow painting gold across their skin. Jordan traced lazy circles on Alex's chest. "Tomorrow," he said, "we tell HR we're dating. Let the chips fall." Alex laughed, the sound foreign and free. "My mother's going to have a stroke. Let her." Jordan kissed the hollow of his throat. "We'll write our own script." Outside. Vancouver kept raining, but inside, the storm had finally broken. The conference in San Francisco had been a whirlwind of panels and networking, but for Alex Rivera, the real storm was brewing inside him. He'd shared a hotel room with Jordan Hayes, his colleague of 3 years. To cut costs, nothing unusual for budget-conscious trips. Jordan was the quiet type, always reliable, with sharp wit hidden behind those wire-rimmed glasses and a smile that could light up a spreadsheet. Alex had noticed him before, of course. How could he not? But he'd buried those feelings deep, under layers of denial. And the weight of his conservative family's expectations back in Chicago, it started innocently enough that first night. Too much wine at the welcome mixer, stumbling back to the room laughing about some ridiculous keynote speaker. They collapsed onto the king-sized bedweight. There was only one. Hotel mix-up, apparently. "We'll manage," Jordan had said with a shrug, and Alex had nodded, heart-pounding for reasons he couldn't admit. They fell asleep fully clothed, back to back, the city lights flickering through the curtains like distant fireworks. Alex woke first the next morning, disoriented. Jordan's arm was draped over his waist, warm and solid. Panic surged through him. This wasn't supposed to happen. He wasn't. He couldn't be. But as Jordan stirred, murmuring a sleepy morning, and didn't pull away immediately, something shifted. They untangled awkwardly, both pretending it was no big deal. Coffee run, work sessions, avoid eye contact, but the tension lingered, electric and unspoken. By evening, after a day of forced normalcy, they ended up at a rooftop bar overlooking the Bay Bridge. The Golden Gate shimmered in the distance, fog rolling in like a secret. "That bed situation," Jordan said suddenly, swirling his drink, "kinda threw me." Alex chuckled nervously. "Yeah, sorry about that." "I can sleep on the floor tonight if no," Jordan interrupted, his voice softer than usual. It was bad. Their eyes met, and Alex felt the world tilt. 3 years of stolen glances in the office, late-night emails that lingered too long, inside jokes that felt like flirting in disguise. Was this real? They walked back in silence, the air thick with possibility. In the elevator, Jordan reached for Alex's hand tentatively. Alex didn't pull away. When the doors opened to their floor, neither moved to let go. Inside the room, Jordan turned to him. "Alex, I need to say something. I've been feeling things. For a while, about you." His words tumbled out, vulnerable and raw. "I didn't know how to bring it up. Didn't want to ruin our friendship, or work, or ... anything." Alex's throat tightened. "Jordan, He stepped closer, the space between them shrinking. "Me too. God, me too." It was a confession, a release. Their first kiss was hesitant, lips brushing like a question. But then it deepened, became more certain, more real. Jordan's hands slid into Alex's hair, fingers threading through the dark curls. Alex gripped Jordan's waist, pulling him closer, the fabric of his shirt bunching under his palms. When they finally broke apart, both breathing hard, Jordan pressed his forehead against Alex's. "I've wanted to do that for so long," he murmured. Voice husky. "Me too," Alex whispered. "Should we?" Go back to the room? Wait, they were already in the room. The question hung anyway, loaded with implication. This was moving fast. Maybe too fast. But after 3 years of wanting, of waiting, of hiding, yes, Alex decided, let's stay right here. The room felt charged with anticipation. Jordan held Alex's hand, thumb rubbing gentle circles on his skin. It was such a simple gesture, but it meant everything: our assurance, promise, desire. Jordan paused by the bed, turning to him with serious eyes. I want you to know we don't have to do anything you're not ready for. We can just talk, just sleep, whatever you're comfortable with. Alex appreciated the care in his voice, the respect. It melted the last of his reservations. I know, he said. But Jordan, I'm ready. I'm ready. Are you sure? Jordan asked, searching his face. Instead of answering, Alex kissed him again. This time there was no hesitation, no uncertainty, just want, need, and 3 years of longing finally finding release. They stumbled toward the bed, hands exploring, learning the contours of each other's bodies. Clothes came off slowly, reverently. Every revealed inch of skin was a discovery, a gift. Jordan's fingers traced the lines of Alex's shoulders down his chest. You're beautiful, Jordan whispered against his collarbone. I always thought so, but seeing you like this... Alex pulled him down onto the bed, their bodies aligning perfectly. The weight of Jordan on top of him felt right, felt like coming home after a long exile. They took their time, exploring, touching, kissing, learning what made each other gasp, what drew out soft moans. The city lights painted patterns across Jordan's skin as he moved above Alex, the fog outside blurring the world into a dream. Alex, he breathed his name like a prayer. Is this okay? More than okay, Alex assured him, arching into the touch. Perfect, and it was. Every touch, every whispered word, every shared breath. It was everything Alex had imagined in his secret fantasies and so much more tender. Intense, overwhelming in the best way. Afterwards, they lay tangled together, sweaty and satisfied and smiling. Jordan traced lazy patterns on Alex's chest, his head tucked under Alex's chin, the same position they'd woken up in that morning, but this time entirely intentional. That was... ... double quotes Jordan started, voice trailing off in awe. Yeah, Alex agreed, pressing a kiss to his hair. I meant it. You know what I said earlier? I've been falling for you. Jordan lifted his head to look at him, eyes shining. Past tense? No present tense. Continuous action. I'm falling for you, Jordan Hayes, have been. Still am. I'm falling for you too, Jordan admitted, a grin spreading across his face. Have been for a long time. He talked then, in the quiet aftermath, about what came next. So what happens when we go back to Chicago? To reality? Alex asked, the bubble of San Francisco starting to feel fragile. This bubble we found ourselves in is temporary, Jordan echoed his thoughts. Soon we'll have to face our coworkers, our lives, and your family. I don't know, Alex said honestly, but I know I don't want to go back to hiding, to pretending. I'm tired of living in fear of what my parents will say, of losing everything. Me too, Jordan said fiercely. It won't be easy. Coming out to them is going to be hard. Really hard. I know. And I'll be there with you if you want me to be. Every step. You do that. Alex's heart swelled. Alex, I would do anything for you. I think I've been yours since the day we met in that orientation meeting. I just didn't realize it until now. Alex kissed him then, soft and sweet, trying to pour everything he felt into it. All the love, the gratitude, the hope. We'll figure it out, he said when they broke apart. Together, Jordan echoed. I like the sound of that. They fell asleep wrapped around each other, the San Francisco skyline their witness. The future uncertain, but suddenly full of possibility. This time when Alex woke with Jordan in his arms, there was no panic, no confusion, just contentment. Jordan was already awake, watching him with a soft smile. Morning, he said, voice warm. Morning. Alex tightened his hold slightly. This is better than yesterday. Much better. Jordan kissed his shoulder. Though I have to say, Even yesterday wasn't bad, just confusing and scary. Terrifying, Alex agreed, but worth it. So worth it. They had one more day in San Francisco before flying home. They spent it like tourists in love holding hands along the winding paths of Lombard Street, stealing kisses on the ferry to Alcatraz, sharing churros at Fisherman's Wharf, and acting like the couple they'd never allowed themselves to be in Chicago. It felt like a honeymoon, even though they'd only just begun. Jordan snapped photos of Alex against the backdrop of the painted ladies, and Alex couldn't stop touching him, a hand on the small of his back, fingers interlaced, quick pecks that lingered. But as their departure time approached, reality started creeping back in. On the cable car ride back to the hotel, Jordan turned serious. "We need to talk about how we handle this at work," "I know," Alex said, gripping the pole as the car clanged up the hill. "I don't want to hide us, but I also don't want to make things difficult for you." They sat down in the room later, packing up their belongings. That bed, that king-size bed that had changed everything. "HR has policies about workplace relationships," Jordan said. "We'd need to disclose, which would mean everyone knowing." "Yeah." Alex sat on the edge of the bed, running a hand through his hair. "Are you ready for that?" Was he? 3 days ago, Alex would have said, absolutely not. But something had shifted in him. Jordan had helped him see that living in fear, hiding who he really was, wasn't protecting him. It was just making him smaller, dimmer. "I think so," he said finally. "I mean, it's going to be complicated. There will be gossip. Some people might have opinions, Cecily, in our department. But Alex, if the alternative is going back to pretending, to hiding how I feel about you." Jordan trailed off, sitting beside him and taking his hand. "I can't do that anymore." Alex leaned into him. "You're sure?" "Because I meant what I said. I'll be there with you every step, I'm sure. We'll tell HR when we get back. Let them handle the official stuff forms, maybe reassigning projects if needed. As for everyone else, we'll just be ourselves. Let them adjust." "Your parents?" Jordan asked gently, knowing this was the hardest part. Alex swallowed hard. That was the terrifying part. "I need to tell them. They deserve to know the truth. Even I." Alex swallowed hard. That was the terrifying part. "I need to tell them. They deserve to know the truth. Even if," his voice cracked, "even if they don't accept it. And if they don't, then that's their choice. But I'm done making myself smaller to fit their expectations. I'm done sacrificing my happiness for their comfort. My dad with his old school views, my mom always talking about grandkids and settling down the right way. It's suffocating." Jordan kissed his forehead, pulling him close. "I'm so proud of you. Don't be proud yet. Wait until I actually do it. I'll be proud of you no matter what. You're the bravest person I know, Alex Rivera. Facing a client pitch is nothing compared to this." Monday morning in Chicago felt different. The L train rattled them into the loop, the skyline a familiar gray against the November chill. Walking into the office building with Jordan, both of them knowing what they were about to do, felt momentous, like stepping into a new chapter. They grabbed coffee in the lobby first, hands brushing deliberately. "Ready?" Jordan asked, squeezing his fingers. "As I'll ever be." HR was on the 5th floor. They scheduled a quick meeting, disclosed the relationship professionally, no drama, just facts. The manager nodded, pulled out the forms. "We'll need to ensure no direct reporting lines are affected. Jordan, you're in analytics. Alex, marketing. Should be fine with some adjustments." It was anticlimactic, almost, but as they left, the weight lifted. It was official. The office buzz started subtly. A raised eyebrow in the break room when they arrived together. Whispers during lunch when Jordan brought Alex a salad without being asked. By afternoon, their boss pulled them aside, not upset, just practical. Heard through the grapevine. "Congrats, I guess. Just keep it professional here." They did. But they didn't hide. Hand on a shoulder during a meeting. Shared laughs that lingered. Some colleagues were supportive high fives from the younger team, a knowing smile from the admin who'd always ship them quietly. Others were awkward, avoiding eye contact. Gossip swirled. "Did you hear? Alex and Jordan? Who knew?" Alex's parents were next. He invited them over that weekend, heart in his throat. Jordan offered to come, but Alex needed to do this alone first. Dinner was Tense's mom's homemade lasagna, his dad's questions about work. Finally, over coffee. Mom, Dad, there's something I need to tell you. I'm gay, and I'm with Jordan. From work, we're together. Silence. His father's face hardened. What? Alex, this is a phase? The city corrupting you? No, Dad, it's not a phase. It's me. I've known for years. His mother teared up. But grandchildren? Your cousins are all married? I might still have kids someday. But not like this. Not hiding. Arguments ensued, raised voices, old Bible quotes, pleas to think about the family. It hurt deep in his chest. But Alex stood firm. I love you both. But I love Jordan too. And I'm happy. Truly happy for the first time. They left angry, confused. No acceptance that night. But Alex called Jordan from the car, voice shaking. It was rough. I'm here. Come over, Jordan. Held him on the couch, stroking his back. You did it. That's huge. Days turned to weeks. His parents called sporadically, awkward at first, then thawing. His mom asked about Jordan's recipes. His dad grumbled, but sent a text, dinner next Sunday. Progress, slow and painful. At work, things normalized. They got a new project together, ironically, after HR approved it with safeguards. Dates became routine. Movies, walks along Lake Michigan, cooking in Jordan's tiny apartment. One night, months later, under holiday lights in Millennium Park, Jordan knelt. Alex, will you? Yes. Before he even finished, their wedding was small, intimatized friends. Alex's parents in the front row, his mom crying happy tears now. Jordan's family embraced it all. Vows under string lights, together, through everything. Years later, looking back, that single bed in San Francisco was the spark. The conference that changed everything. Alex and Jordan, no longer hiding, living large and in love. The future, full of possibility, just as promised. The hotel in Seattle was supposed to be a reset button. Alex Thompson needed one. At 30, he was the youngest senior architect at Helix Designs, a Portland firm known for sleek glass towers and LEED certifications. He'd flown up for the Vertex presentation with Liam Park, the structural engineer who could make a cantilever sing. They'd been paired on projects for 2 years, late nights. Shared takeout, inside jokes about load paths and bad coffee. Alex trusted Liam the way he trusted gravity. Constant, reliable, quietly essential. The booking error was a clerical shrug. One room, one king bed. The clerk's apology was practiced. The upgrade to a suite, a consolation prize neither of them wanted. Alex felt the old panic rise, not again, but Liam just laughed, low and easy. We've survived worse. Remember the Denver site visit? They had. A collapsed scaffold, a night in the ear. Liam's steady hand on Alex's shoulder while the doctor stitched a gash above his eyebrow. That night, Alex had almost said it. I think about you when you're not there. Instead, he'd thanked Liam for the ride home and pretended the silence in the car was normal. Now they stood in the suite, city lights smearing across the water below. Liam dropped his bag. I'll take the couch. No. Alex's voice cracked like a teenager's. We're adults. We can share a bed without it being weird. Liam's eyebrow arched. Define weird. Alex laughed, surprising himself. Anything short of snoring in my face. They changed in the bathroom, a choreography of averted eyes and quick movements. Alex wore an old MIT t-shirt. Liam, a faded Caltech one. They slid under the covers like strangers at a sleepover, a careful foot of space between them. The room smelled of hotel soap and rain. Sleep didn't come. Alex listened to Liam's breathing even out, then hitch. He turned and found Liam already watching him. Can't sleep? Liam whispered. Too much adrenaline. Same. Pause. You ever think this job eats your life? All the time. Alex's heart hammered. But tonight feels different. Liam shifted, the mattress dipping. Their knees brushed. Neither moved away. Alex. The kiss started accidentally turn. A breath. A collision. Then it wasn't. Liam's mouth was warm. Certain. Alex's hand found the back of Liam's neck, fingers threading through hair still damp from the shower. Years of restraint unraveled in the space between heartbeats. They broke apart, foreheads touching. "I've wanted this since the Denver hospital," Liam said, voice rough. "I thought you were straight. I thought you were." They laughed, shaky and relieved, and kissed again. Clothes came off in stages. Sweatpants, the last pretense. Liam's body was all lean muscle and old scars. Alex mapped them with his mouth like reading Braille. When Liam's hand wrapped around him, Alex gasped into his shoulder. They moved together, slow and deliberate. Learning the language of want, they'd both been too afraid to speak after. They lay tangled, the city humming beyond the glass. Liam traced the line of Alex's spine. "So, coworkers with benefits." Alex snorted. "Let's not ruin it with HR forms." But the next morning, watching Liam button his shirt, Alex knew forms were inevitable. They'd built something too real to hide in conference rooms. Back in Portland, he went straight to HR. Alina in Human Resources had a voice like warm tea. She reviewed the policy, no direct reporting lines, no shared budgets. "You're clear. And for what it's worth, I'm happy for you. If anyone gives you grief, my door's open." The gossip ignited anyway. Someone saw them leave Elena's office together, faces serious. By lunch, the break room buzzed. Sarah from marketing cornered Alex at the coffee machine. "So, you and Liam?" Alex kept his voice level. "Yes, that's cool." She hesitated. "I always figured you were like married to the job." "I was." He smiled, small but real. "Turns out, I just needed the right partner." Liam handled the whispers with his usual calm, but Alex caught him staring out windows, jaw tight. That night, in Alex's apartment, bookshelves alphabetized, succulents and neat rows, Liam looked around and said, "This is so you, boring. Intentional. I like it." They ordered pho, watched Inception for the third time, and made out on the couch like teenagers. But when Liam's hand slid under Alex's shirt, Alex froze. "Tomorrow's Wednesday," he said. "I call my parents." Liam's thumb stilled on his hip. "You don't have to do this alone, I know." Alex's voice cracked. "But I'm terrified they'll hate me. They raised you. They'll figure it out." Alex wasn't so sure. Wednesday evening, he set up the laptop on the kitchen table. Liam sat beside him, hand on his knee. His parents appeared, mom in her cardigan, dad with his perpetual frown. The usual pleasantries, then Alex's throat closed. "There's something I need to tell you." He gripped Liam's hand. "I'm gay, and I'm dating Liam, from work." Silence. Then, "Dad, this is a phase. American influence. It's not." Alex's voice shook. "It's who I am." Mom's eyes filled. "We wanted grandchildren. A daughter-in-law." "I'm sorry." The words tasted like ash. Dad's face hardened. "Then you're not welcome here until you fix this." Alex stared at the blank screen until Liam pulled him into a hug. He cried dully, wrenching sobs for the family he'd lost. For the boy who'd memorized engineering textbooks to earn love. Liam held him through it, whispering, "I've got you." The weeks that followed were a bruise. Alex went to work, smiled at the right times, but grief sat heavy in his chest. Liam was his anchor, cooking breakfast, dragging him to the climbing gym, leaving notes in his laptop. "You are enough." Therapy helped. A no-nonsense woman with kind eyes said, "Their rejection is about their fear, not your worth." Alex started to believe it. Liam introduced him to the queer climbing group. They met at the gym on Thursdays, chalk-dusted hands, easy laughter. Alex learned to belay, to trust the rope and the person holding it. One night, an older climber named Jordan told him, "My dad didn't speak to me for 5 years. Then he showed up at my wedding with a toaster." People surprise you. Spring arrived with dogwood blossoms. Alex and Liam found an apartment in the Pearl District. Big windows, space for 2 desks. The Vertex project won an award. They were promoted. At the ceremony, Liam's hand rested on the small of Alex's back, a quiet claim. One Tuesday, an email pinged. Subject, from Mom. Alex's heart stopped. Asterisk, dear Alex. Asterisk, your father and I have been talking. We were wrong. Not about being shocked we were, but about choosing shame over love. I've been reading Learning. I see now that you didn't choose this any more than you chose your eye color. I miss you. If you're willing, I'd like to meet Liam. No pressure. Just love asterisk, asterisk, Mom asterisk. He read it aloud to Liam, voice trembling. Liam's arms came around him. What do you want? To try? Slowly, Alex replied. Asterisk, thank you. Let's start with coffee. I'd like you to meet him. Her response. Whenever you're ready, asterisk, that night. Lying in their bed, chosen together. No accidents, Alex traced the scar on Liam's shoulder. What if we'd gotten separate rooms? We'd still be here, Liam said. Just slower. Alex laughed. Booking errors. The original dating app. Liam kissed his temple. Regrets? None. Alex thought of the pain, the growth, the love that had bloomed in the cracks. Every moment led to this. Outside, Portland rained softly against the windows. Inside, they built a life intentional, messy, theirs.